We get a lot of simple questions from customers. We take it for granted they're going to know how to water their plants when they get home. There's a couple things that we do recommend when we water our plants. We try to keep the water off the blooms, off the foliage as much as possible. A lot of people want to take their sprinkler or their water wand and just soak all their plants. The plants don't need the water all over the foliage. In fact, that's usually harmful to them. It can be. Now, they say, well, what about the rain? But that doesn't happen every day, especially here in Illinois. We don't get a lot of rain in the summer. It's better if you can water the soil that the plants are growing in, and that's a common mistake that a lot of people make. Big geranium blooms or other big blooming plants like marigolds don't like all the water sitting on the bloom. It's just common sense, but a lot of people don't think about it. They'll just sprinkle those things and then wonder why their blooms die in 2 or 3 days. So keep the water off the blooms, makes a big difference. Another thing, I'm always saying plants are like people. They need to eat just like we do, and a lot of people will take their plants home. They don't fertilize them all summer, and there's a couple things that we sell. This is a proven winner time-release fertilizer. You can sprinkle this in your pots, your containers, your window boxes. You can also put it in the ground. It's a fertilizer that will last for about 12 weeks and will continue to nourish your plants slowly, not all at once. So you don't have to worry about feeding all the time, but it's a long-lasting fertilizer. Makes a big difference on how those plants look, how they perform. They're going to be greener, bigger, nicer blooms. Plants can just simply starve to death, and people will say, well, my hanging basket died in a few weeks, and usually they probably didn't fertilize them at all. We fertilize as we're growing here, but when they get home, if they don't continue to feed, the plants will tend to yellow up and starve out. So we have this in a slow release. We also carry this is a water soluble, and you can just mix this in water and water it on. They're both great products. They're geared toward a lot of the plants, the proven winners that we grow, and they make a big difference. I tell the girls at the counter, they're not doing the customer any favors if they don't sell them this on the way out, because they really need it. Their plants need the feed to perform and look really good. Another thing, people are always wondering what time of day to water or how often do I water. Plants will usually tell you when they need a drink. They will wilt some. It's not the end of the world. They don't necessarily have to have a drink every time you turn around. And when it's hot, they do need water, and they can't go a week without a drink. I said, again, they're like people. How would you like to go without food or water for a week? You're not going to look very good. So when it's hot, they're going to need drinks more often. When it's cool and cloudy, it's just a matter of checking the soil, checking the plant, and see how moist they are, and see what's going on with them. Just a lot of common sense. Pay attention to it, but don't try to say, hey, we're going to water every day, or we're going to, at 9 o'clock every morning, let's water these, because chances are your plants won't be happy. It's going to be a little bit of reading there as to what they need. So that's just some common things that people tend to overlook. I think the fertilizer is probably the biggest item, and probably the most needed on the plants to really make them perform.